Once upon a time, in the vibrant city of Warri, lived a young couple, Zeno and Onome. Zeno is a teacher at one of the prestigious schools in the city, while Onome had just completed a tertiary education and was searching for a job. Zeno and Onome had been childhood sweethearts. They were so overjoyed when they finally tied the knot. A few months after their wedding, Onome began noticing strange sensations in her body. They visited the hospital and the doctor confirmed she was 2 weeks pregnant. Zeno and Onome were so excited about becoming parents. Little did Zeno know his struggles were just around the corner. As Onome's pregnancy progressed, she faced difficulties such as morning sickness and loss of appetite. Zeno always made sure his wife took something before leaving the house, knowing Onome might otherwise spend the day in bed or movie until his return. Onome deeply appreciated her husband's unwavering care and understanding. She would often say, "Thank God I married you." Zeno beamed with pride whenever she acknowledged his efforts. Zeno will always say, "Anything for you, my dear." Onome's pregnancy was going smoothly. Zeno is always there to make sure his wife is perfectly okay. Onome is in her second trimester and most of the pregnancy symptoms she was having are beginning to subside. She no longer experiences loss of appetite as she can now eat very well, and the morning sickness is also subsiding gradually. Zeno was so excited that his wife is coming around. She has become her usual self. One day, Onome called her husband on phone. "Babe, please, if you are coming back from work, get me ice cream. Please, I'm craving for ice cream." Zeno replied from the other end, "Okay, I will. Would you want something else?" "No, for now," Onome replied. Zeno returned from work with a cup of ice cream. Onome was so excited. She devoured it like someone that has not eaten for weeks. Zeno sat down looking at his wife, surprised. "My dear, this one you are swallowing this ice cream as if you have not eaten in weeks now. Don't tell me you have not eaten anything since morning, no." "I have, my husband," Onome replied. Zeno said, "Take it easy, oh. You are just devouring anything that crosses your path." His pregnancy's cravings, dear. Every now and then, Zeno will always buy little things like suya, sausage, and other delicious things for his wife when coming back from work. Onome will always be anticipating to eat something whenever her husband returned from work. This particular day, Zeno did not get anything for his wife because he had a hectic day at school. They were preparing for end of session party, so he returned home very late. "Welcome, babe," Onome welcomed her husband. "Thanks, dear. I'm so tired. I had a hectic day in school today." "Though," Onome replied. Onome was waiting patiently for her husband to give her a black nylon as he normally does. But to her greatest surprise, Zeno went to the bedroom, changed, freshened up, and came back to the sitting room. "Please, can I get my food? I'm so famished," Zeno asked. "Yes, I'll set the dining now," Onome replied. After eating, Zeno thanked his wife. "Thanks for the meal. I'm back now." Where did you travel to before?" Onome asked, laughing. "You will not understand. Today's work is something else," Zeno replied. "Thank God you are back now. Can I have my black nylon?" Onome requested. "Oh, sorry, I did not get you anything today. I was so exhausted, so I couldn't stop to get anything. Don't worry, tomorrow I will get you something very delicious," Zeno replied. "I don't understand. What do you mean by you could not stop? How many minutes will it take you to just stop by a shop or a restaurant to get me something? Please, oh, I don't want to hear that kind of excuse, oh. Give me the black nylon," Onome replied angrily. Zeno looked at his wife and smiled. "You this woman, you know you look very beautiful whenever you are angry." "Please, don't patronize me. Go and buy me something," Onome replied. "This night?" Zeno asked. "Please, it's late. I'll get you something tomorrow. I won't forget, I promise." I said it. So you forgot, right? You forgot that I and your baby needs to eat, abi? No, now, why are you talking like this? I just explained to you now that I was so exhausted. That's why I couldn't stop to get you anything. Zeno replied. Please, oh, go and get me something, Onome cried. How can you say you forgot to get her and your baby something to eat? You don't care about hers, Onome cried further. Zeno could not bear seeing his wife cry. He took his shirt and drove out to get his wife something. Shortly, Zeno returned with a nylon and handed it to his wife. Hope I cannot have my peace now, Zeno asked. Yes, dear, Onome replied excitedly. She opened the nylon and saw suya. Oh, I don't feel like eating suya. I want fried yam, Onome cried. Onome, why are you doing this? You saw me while I was leaving the house. You would have simply told me you needed fried yam, Zeno replied. But you did not ask me, Onome cried further. You just want to annoy me this evening. Do you normally ask me to buy something specific for you? Why are you doing this now? Zeno asked. Well, as they say, change is constant. I have changed, Onome replied. Please manage for tonight. I have learnt my lesson. Next time, I will ask before buying anything. My dear wife, Zeno said sarcastically. Please, I can't manage. Go and get me fried yam. That's what your baby needs. Zeno, exhausted from Onome's persistent request, left the house to get a fried yam. Upon returning, he handed it to his wife, saying, Can I have my piece now? Onome collected it and started eating almost immediately. Thank you, babe, she said with food in her mouth. Zeno shook his head and smiled. Onome's pregnancy was going smoothly. She always tell her husband what to buy for her whenever he is coming back from work. As Onome's pregnancy progressed, she became irritated by little things. She woke up one day and told her husband that all the curtains in the house are smelling bad. But I washed them last week, Zeno replied. I know, but it's still smelling bad. Please remove them and take them outside. Okay, don't worry. I'll wash it this weekend. No, remove it now, Onome cried. Zeno couldn't take it any longer. He removed the curtains and kept them outside. Oh, this place is too open. The lightning is too much, Onome said. But I told you to manage till weekend so I can wash them. You refused. Please, the baby does not need too much light. You have to wash it and fix it back this morning. You know I'll be late for work. Okay, when I return this evening, I'll wash them. I promise, Zeno replied. No, wash it now. I can't stay in this open place till you return. Onome sat down on the ground and started crying. You don't care about me and the baby. Is it a crime I am carrying your baby? Zeno could not stand the sight of his wife crying. He had to do the laundry, fix the curtains before leaving the house. Thank you, babe, Onome said excitedly. Zeno did not reply. He just left the house feeling exhausted and angry. You came late, Mr. Zeno. What happened? Mrs. Felicia, Zeno's co-teacher, asked. Can you imagine? My wife woke up this morning and said all the curtains in the house is smelling bad. I begged her to let it be till weekend. She refused, so I have to do the washing before leaving for work. Zeno replied. Mrs. Felicia laughed. That's just pregnancy, Omon. Don't worry, you will get through it. I just can't wait, Zeno replied. One evening, Zeno returned from work. I was so tired. He took his bath, ate his dinner, and retired to bed. This one you are sleeping on time today. Hope all is well, Onome asked. Yes, dear. I'm just so tired. I had a hectic day at school today, Zeno replied. At exactly 12 a.m., Zeno was enjoying his sleep peacefully when his wife woke him up that she is hungry. Go and look for something to eat in the kitchen. I think there is bread and there is hot water in the flask. You can prepare tea and take, Zeno said. No, I want to eat noodles prepared with palm oil and enough pepper, Onome cried. That's what your baby wants. Please, can you allow me sleep? I'm very tired. My head aches. Okay, don't worry. I'll prepare it for you in the morning, Zeno replied, yawning. No, I want it now. If I don't eat it, I can't sleep, oh, Onome cried. Zeno, seeing that Onome wouldn't let him be, stood up from the bed sluggishly, went to the kitchen and prepared the noodles. Here is the noodles. Please, wake up and eat, Zeno called Onome. Onome sat up and replied with a sleepy eyes, I don't want noodles again. I'll eat it in the morning. Zeno was so angry. But I begged you to wait till morning that I will prepare it. You bluntly refused. Now you are telling me you don't want noodles? After all the stress I passed through, Onome? I am sorry. Keep it there. I'll eat it in the morning, Onome replied. You are stressing me too much, Zeno quarreled. Zeno was getting frustrated with Onome's constant troubles, so he decided to pay his parents visit. Onome was so angry that Zeno could just abandon her like that without considering her condition. Onome called her husband on phone. So, you decided to abandon me, Abi, knowing fully well that I need you by my side. No, now, I did not abandon you. I just came to see my mom. She has been sick for some time now, and I'm sure you are aware of that, Zeno replied. Okay, when are you coming back? In 2 days' time, Zeno replied. Okay, please don't exceed the 2 days, oh, Onome said. I won't, my dear. It's been 2 days. Onome anticipated for her husband's return, but unfortunately for her, he did not return. Onome was so angry. She called her husband on phone again. You promised to come back in 2 days' time. What happened? Onome quarreled. Is that your good morning? Zeno asked. Okay, good morning. Please answer my question. Don't worry, I'll be there tomorrow, Zeno replied. The next day, Onome was so excited to see her husband. Welcome, dear, Onome said, smiling. Thanks, Zeno replied. My husband, thank God you are back, oh. You know that our neighbor that stays in first flat. As I was passing this afternoon, I perceived a very nice aroma of banga rice. Please, can you help me meet her to give you small? You know you are a man. Just explain to her that your pregnant wife wants to eat rice. She might not decline, Onome said. Oh, this woman. I'm back to this your constant troubles again. Please, that's what your baby wants. Please, just help me. Zeno met the neighbor. He was about to explain himself when the woman smiled and said, Don't worry, I understand. Bring the food flags. Onome was so excited when she saw her husband with the food. She collected the food and ate it, smiling and appreciating her husband for understanding. Finally, Onome delivered a baby girl. Zeno's heart swelled with pride and joy as he became a father. Zeno reminded Onome of her constant trouble. She laughed and apologized to her husband. Apology accepted, Zeno replied, smiling. Zeno and Onome were living happily with their lovely daughter. Onome got a job and they did well financially. Few days to their daughter's second year birthday, Onome visited the hospital and she was confirmed pregnant. Onome was so excited that she would be expecting her second baby. Zeno returned from work, seeing his wife happy. This one, you are smiling. What happened? Zeno asked. I have good news for you, Onome replied. Okay, what is the good news? Zeno asked. I am pregnant, Onome said. You are what? Zeno asked further. I mean, I am pregnant. I'm just coming from the hospital right now. Jesus, I am finished, Zeno fainted. Why do you think Zeno fainted? I would love to read your answers on the comment section. Hope you enjoyed my story. Please do well to like and subscribe for more. Bye for now.